And Mackenzie, he moneyed.
Yeah. Well, we had him late, and he won.
Yeah, Mackenzie moneyed.
So, I mean, he was in top 8 contention with like maybe 2 or 3 rounds left.
So on the left, Josh Cho. Josh, great guy. William Cruz here. He's trying to do a little bit of an upset against his opponent, who just is coming off of a great Pro Tour finish.
Yeah. As one might say, running good.
Yes. And there is something to the idea of running good.
Oh, absolutely.
Your head's in the right place. Your game is sharp.
It's a confidence thing. Like I've definitely had the run good and the run bad, like the opposite feeling, the run bad feeling.
Yeah.
And when you're running good, it feels great, and you play better.
But yeah, I am actually really looking forward to what happens in the next weeks when a ton of people take this obviously very good Delver list and start seeing what they can do to fight it. Because
Absolutely.
right now, they just hit the metagame in the face, and the metagame can pick itself up, and what we'll see is whether it can fight back or not. And maybe it can't fight back, or maybe this deck is a deck that can be fought against if you know what it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure, like, I know my limited experience is playing Restoration Angel so far. Everybody walks everything into it. I mean, we saw it just eat a Deer Grapple.
Yep.
And you knew it was coming, and you kind of still walked into it.
And it's sometimes like, what can you do? I mean, like...
Not attack?
Yeah.
Not attack into 4 mana?
Like, that's
sometimes,
no fun.
Sometimes you got to get your guy eaten by Mistbind Click.
I mean, one of the things I remember with Micron, when Micron lived in Madison, if you had 3 mana open, this was during Limited, he would not cast a creature spell because he didn't want to have it excluded. You know, you can't live your whole life like that. You can't live your life being like, 4 mana open, I better not attack ever.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, like, Mistbind Click and Cryptic Command all over again.
Yeah, Mistbind Click. God.
But as it turns out, Fairies, really dominant. Got much worse as people learned to play against it. In fact, the Pro Tour Fairies had one of the worst records. And you put a bunch of good people with a lot of incentive to beat Fairies, they beat it.
Or, for example, U.S. Nationals on, I think, 2008 or 9, where Charles Gindy won, and there were 32 volcanic fallouts in the top 8.
And like 28 great stable stack or something. It's just like a million hate cards, but yeah. It's one of those things where, like, if it can be done, it's going to be done.
I remember playing Jerry Thompson at that tournament in round 4, and he was playing Fairies, and he was 0-3. you know, I was 0-3 as well.
Right.
You know, like, my little blue creatures, I was playing Merfolk. They were not really...
They were like the Sorcery Speed Fairies. Don't get me wrong, I played the crap out of Lord of Atlantis.
William Cruz here, opening up with a...
on the play with a Black Cleave Cliffs.
Yep.
But a pass. And Josh Cho on the board with a Delver of Secrets.
One of the things that William Cruz's list has is not all that many ones. 8 ones. That's all he has is 8 ones.
I just follow up with his ideal turn 2, which is a Mortar Pod.
Mortar Pod plus Geralf's Messenger represents a potential for so much reach. Particularly in a deck that has Brimstone Volley, as well as looks like 24 land, as opposed to 21.
Yeah, much happier with that.
What do we got there? We got a Messenger.
A Messenger, 2 are those Highborn Ghouls?
Highborn Ghouls.
A Manic Vandal.
Vandal is awesome.
Unsighted, and that's going to be excellent. And then another Mortar Pod. The second Mortar Pod's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Here, but the other 4 cards are fantastic.
Yeah.
The Messenger even makes drawing a land fantastic. So William Cruz not only has an excellent hand, but he also has good draws.
Yeah.
So
now Highborn Ghoul, there are 2 of them in his deck, and
he
2
had
in his hand.
The only 2 in his deck, unless he has
none on the board.
Nope. E. McKenzie had the I forget the Spirit.
And we have Geralf's Messenger in play. Take 2, Josh Cho.
And let me tell you about my least favorite card in Standard. It's tapped right now.
Oh, is that Black Cleave Cliffs?
No, it is not. it came into play tapped.
Okay.
I hate fighting against Geralf's Messenger. It is really unfun. If you do positive things, it just gets worse. Like if you kill it, you're just like, oh, this guy's bigger, and you take another 2.
I think that it's very good that he costs black.
Oh, I'd be furious if he
Yeah.
costs anything.
I mean, if he was black 1 even, that
that'd
would be too
yeah.
good.
And the thing is, like, its drawback of coming into play tapped is only a drawback when you want to copy it. Because you want to be on board first with the first messenger.
Yeah, this is the exact card that will make Josh and the rest of the Roanoke crew unhappy they don't have Celestial Purge in their board.
Absolutely.
I would be unsurprised if we saw Will Cruz push through these various Delver players that don't have Celestial Purge.
Absolutely.
And there are 4 of them in the top 8. Well, now there's 3 now that one's been eliminated.
This is impossible way to fight Dross Messenger. Josh Cho just spent a card and a mana to make William Cruz spend 3 mana.
And stuck 2 more life out of him.
Right, and he still got 2 life out of the deal.
This helps a lot. It helps to have that timely reinforcements down, but I mean, it's still like
not a good way to fight it.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be the one casting Messenger than the one casting any card in Josh Cho's deck.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the appeal of zombies. You get to play like the best.
Unlike the blue build too, he can undo that 6 life so easily with a Brimstone Volley.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's playing black-red, not black-blue.
Right. I'm not sure like what William Cruz sided out. It's not always like the best card matchup. Like 3 and 5 are both awkward numbers. Like 3 doesn't get Restoration Angel, 5 doesn't get Consecrated Sphinx.
And Josh just chumps rather than make the zombie even bigger. And perhaps even have like the potential for a Tragic Slip plus Incinerate, make it a tear up the board moment.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do if you're William Cruz here? We know he has Highborn Ghoul. It's a good card. He also
not
has
knowing the rest of the
Pod.
contents of his hand, I would definitely play Highborn Ghoul over any of the over Mortar Pod.
Yeah, Intimidate is a very, very good ability.
Yeah. And Josh Cho's actually gonna have a tough time removing that. Like we said, the removal spells are Gut Shot and Dismember, which cost 2 life.
Yeah, I mean, one of his possibilities is to image or metamorph, and we see actually. Look at this, we've got a Mortar Pod. I'm not sure about that.
I do not like that play from William.
I would put a clock down.
Yeah, I would put. I mean, he's got a clock, but make it make it as fast as you can.
The messenger isn't a clock yet. Not until those soldiers get out of the way. 4 mana. Is that a mass the components?
It is.
Woo.
Well, I mean, they both. Like, I feel these Roanoke players felt like they needed to take the control route.
Yeah.
And a lot of their matchups, you see most of their post-sideboard games ending in Consecrated Chains, and that's another thing with the metagame. Like, that took so many people by surprise. You see all these people with their gut shots and their you know random anti-Delver cards.
And this is exactly what Christian Calcano said he did in the whole way through the Grand Prix.
Absolutely.
He said he just changed his blue-red Delver deck from an aggressive deck to a controlling deck, and everyone fell apart.
Yeah.
It doesn't take many sideboard cards to shift that direction.
Especially with a deck as flexible as Delver. I mean, like, you might just put, like, blue-white magic cards that are really good. Like, you would have never guessed that he was, like, a beatdown deck game 1.
Yeah.
Or,
and, like, he can keep in, if he wants to, Delver, and then still have, because of Snapcaster, Ponder, Probe, the ability to have that moment where he's like, I guess I'm an aggro control deck this match.
Yeah.
Even if his deck has been boarded into something that's not exactly aggro control anymore. Mm-hmm. And we see wow, there we go. A Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. That is one of my favorite cards in Magic right now. It's so good.
Oh, yeah. And this is the perfect home for it, even though it's not a zombie.
Snag.
But here's the thing with taking the control. Josh is going to have to stick something very meaningful. Basically for this deck, a Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate for Will. Then this is part of the taking the metagame by storm. Oh, that's cool.
He
sacrificed his messenger.
Just to get the 2 damage in?
I believe so.
Okay. Sphinx.
All right, so untap Brimstone Volley.
Untap. Does he draw?
He better not.
He draws. Oh, Doctor.
Uh-oh.
That might be it. That could be the moment right there.
Yep.
I mean, look at Cho is still at 20 life.
And he just drew cards from a Concentrated Sphinx. Like, that's...
I would love, if I were William, I would love to have 2 Highborn Ghouls in play right now, honestly. Because right now the Aristocrat has just been...
he just... Oh, man, I hope he didn't... I hope he didn't...
too late?
I hope he just drew that.
Oh, boy. It could just be a gaff. You know? Like,
yeah.
It could be a gaff. I've
done worse.
I'm a gaff king.
So it looks like, how many cards do we have for Josh Cho? You know, like
4?
4 or 5. Healthy life total.
For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan. I'm in the booth with Adam Prozac. This is the Star City Games Open Series in Nashville. Quarterfinal match, Josh Cho versus William Cruz. Also in the booth is Jerry Thompson doing a dance.
I'm just kind of hanging out.
Watching his buddy.
Josh Cho.
Now, normally we wouldn't let him in here, but he already has all the information. The top 8 lists are spread around. Okay.
And he is done with his match. We saw him dispatch the other zombie deck.
Yeah, 6 Delvers and 2 Zombies.
Yeah.
Zombies making a comeback.
It might.
I don't think that's the story of the tournament.
I think. Okay. Josh just playing it careful here. I mean, even though he drew those extra cards and is up in the card advantage count, the life total is the part that matters, really. That's why that timely reinforcements, it gained him so much life by gaining 6 and then all the chumping.
Oh, so this is an offense right here.
Yeah, he's starting to
all
turn the
by
table.
itself.
That's a move to start attacking.
Yeah, absolutely. And the moment when a Delver player can safely Phantasmal Image a Dural's Messenger and not die is a moment that's very good for a Delver player.
And then a Delver.
Oh, so he still has Delvers in his deck, which is... I'm curious to see like what these decks are cutting to. I would imagine Geist of St. Trapp.
Geist seems like the big
first
one.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, still, it's a pretty heavy sideboarding.
Leaks?
I saw Jerry have leaks against his Zombies opponent.
Okay. Well, his opponent had 21 land, though. I could see shaving leak.
Yeah, I could see shaving Delver as well.
Yeah. And William checking to see how much fuel that Moorland Haunt has.
I wouldn't be surprised if the answer is unlimited.
Yeah, remember William has a Aristocrat, and he has 2 Highborn Ghouls in his hand, not to mention anything else.
Yeah. Well, it looks like I'm just looking over that. He's got a good amount of options. I still think the Highborn Girls should have. Granted, the Highborn Girls are worse now that the
fake messenger is out there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Aristocrat's not a reasonable play. The Moorland Haunt's just gonna invalidate that. So I still think I want Highborn Girls, and
I wanted them out. I think a little bit ago.
Yeah, I wanted them out a lot a bit ago.
Yeah, I mean splitting up, and here goes one last sputtering token dies.
If you think about it, the fact that Josh Cho played a Delver on turn 1 has saved him 2 damage a turn all game. Because William had to play Mortar Pod to kill the Delver.
Yep.
And that was mana he couldn't spend on a Highborn Girl.
That never has gotten out.
Never gotten
there
into play.
He finally is. He's got
speak of the devil.
And now just lay the other one, William. Don't worry about mana leak. Mana leak means that your opponent doesn't lay doesn't bring a spirit back.
You can't beat mana leak.
Just put it all out there.
You can't play around mana leak the whole game. Just get it over with.
I know it doesn't feel good if it gets leaked, but he might not have it.
Yeah.
And it's not the end of the world if he does.
Right. Every spell you don't cast is countered.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
Good
we
play.
go.
Good play.
And it resolves, it looks like. And we see a spirit. Mark Rosewater, if you're out there watching, why doesn't Moorland Haunt not make, why doesn't Moorland Haunt require non-spirits?
Yeah, that's flavor fail.
The ghost has a ghost.
Yeah.
Double ghost. Well, actually, to be fair, I mean, there have been so many movies where you think you get rid of the ghost, and then it's not really gone.
Yeah, this is not Magic. I don't play Magic because it's a cheesy horror game.
What are you talking about? It's the perfect set for it. Innistrad, the cheesy horror set.
Yeah, I would like things to make a little bit of sense.
In comes a Geralf's Messenger and one of the spirits.
Oh, no.
Oh, Doctor. That is a phantasmal image number 2 on Geralf's Messenger. Cho
looks like
totally changing the tenor of where this game is going.
He's getting aggressive at a lot quicker pace than Jerry T got aggressive in his match. Jerry T was content to just sit and, milk his Sphinx.
Yep.
But Josh Cho does not have that luxury, so he knows that William Cruz has good draws in his deck.
Yeah. Well, just imagine this, too. Josh Cho could actually cast, let's say, a sword, and then just go, equip for the kill.
That's actually really funny. That would do it for sure.
Die. Okay, William Cruz looking to do something here. I'm not sure what he can draw at this point. He's so far back.
One thing that would be in William's favor if he could equip his mortar pod to his messenger, shoot Josh's messenger or fake messenger.
It has to come back as not a messenger.
And then you have to also kill the other phantasmal image. So you have to kill both phantasmal images with the Undying on the stack.
Yeah, I mean, problem
and
of course.
That costs too many resources for William.
And then the image is back as whatever it
like
is.
a Highborn Ruler or whatever.
Yeah, and William is
+1. Yeah, I mean, it's not pretty.
No.
No matter how you look about it. Yeah.
I really liked your bit of analysis there about that turn 1 Delver that Josh put down and the influence that has had on this game.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was a big deal, but it's been huge.
Yeah.
Like, those Highborn Girls,
they the fact that they weren't in play. Time.
Yeah. I mean, and Josh might have altered his play, been a little bit more scattered a little more, scrambled a little more to deal with the ghoul.
Yeah.
You can't take 2 a turn for very long against a deck like this.
Josh reorganizes his mana. That's a swamp that's pretty great. That's a great looking one swamp.
Oh, the unglued swamp.
Yeah. That's one of the few unglued lands that I really like. I'm not a big fan of those for the most part.
I'm a big fan of once you pick a type of land to use, do all the same type.
Yeah.
Don't get unhinged plains and beta islands.
Yeah.
That's just not.
Yeah, I use Odyssey Swamp, the Cabal sitting around in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
That's the swamp I use.
For the longest time I would use the Razor Plains from Mirrodin.
Yeah, it's a good one too.
It looks like they're gonna cut people.
Yeah, I use Lightning Bolt Plains.
Okay.
And I forget which set that's
Thundercloud.
From. There's a lightning bolt that's coming down onto the plains.
Yes, Odyssey.
Odyssey, yeah.
Yeah, Jared Silver with the assist on the perfect information. He gave us the set number.
I thought he was supposed to be limited information.
Unlimited information.
There we go. Here we go. We got to play Arc Trail. That's not bad. That wasn't Arc Trail, right?
Yeah, that was. Is this going upstairs?
Maybe the clock is such that he can do that?
I don't think it is.
It gets the guy out of the way. 1 to that, 2 to you. Attack for 7.
Yeah, he still has the Moorland Haunt to just...
Attack for 7.
So this is not an attack for... This is not dealing 7 damage. Because at minimum, Josh Cho has a Moreland Haunt.
Let's pretend. And he's like, okay. I'm really curious to see how this one plays out. This is a very interesting moment.
This has been a good game 3. A lot of things going on, even though it seems like in Josh's favor. A lot of things that could have gone differently. I mean, William easily win this game, but that's not what happened. And Josh seems to be in the driver's seat for most of the game, but it's definitely not over by any stretch.
Now, Chicago area players, please make sure to tell Matt Lansdale that William Cruz's deck is out there. It'd be fun to see Matt Lansdale playing black-red aggressive decks once again. And he's been taking time off from the game. Maybe William can bring him back just by having this deck exist. It's just going to be a tragic slip on a spirit that comes out. We don't have the spirit yet. Oh, he just takes it.
Took it.
And Gravecrawler, and then equips the equips the Gravecrawler with the Mortar Pod. So we get 1 here. That's an attack for 8. All that Josh has to do to win this game is target one of his creatures. Well, target one of his
2 of them.
Fake Giralf's Messenger. He can
attack the Mortar Pod.
Yeah, you're right. The Mortar Pod can sack to kill a spirit. If he
attacks for 8, then...
So, yeah, if he has a sword, Josh can go attack.
Oh, yeah, sword's definitely
Sword for the win. Yeah. Or, let's see, what, a Snapcaster. Josh Cho here. Timely. Oh, my God. Wow.
And that seems like the dagger.
6 life. The creature count...
Outcast Renewed Faith.
The creature count is even, just the 6 life.
Yeah.
Here we come.
6 life, not important. Not at... Well, the 6 life is the important part.
Yeah, the 6 life is the part
That's what it...
And then, poke.
I was going to poke an image? That'd be crazy.
It saves damage overall, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, the most unfun card in Standard. It's unfun when your opponent copies yours, too.
Oh, boy. I think that's super fun.
Oh, jeez.
Not the casting of it, but the copying of it. The copying of it is super fun. Okay, what are you going to do here? This is a really interesting choice.
Maybe nothing. Like, what happens if he does nothing and just saves his Gravecrawler for, like, his attack? Draws a Brimstone Volley.
Well, he's basically praying then that Josh has nothing to do anything.
I don't think Josh can, I don't think William can beat somethings, though, at this point.
That's the question, right?
Yeah. He's got to dodge Restoration Angel, Vapor Snag, stuff like that. And draw a Brimstone Volley.
So many cards that can actually finish this off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like...
Restoration Angel's my favorite. Just try and blink your image, and it comes back as a messenger.
My favorite is the... Oh, he doesn't have quite enough mana to do it anymore unless he just takes the hit.
The sword.
Yeah, the post-combat equip the sword to the Phantasmal image for the win.
I'm pretty sure he would have. I'm pretty sure he would have done that.
Just done it on a spirit, maybe. Actually, not a spirit, because then the token, the Gravecrawler, will kill it.
He had 7, so he could have gone, equip, miss, equip again.
And we see the Gravecrawler take out a token, so this is going to be a hit for 7, knocking William to 3. God.
So it's actually not quite.
It's a lot of damage that he can produce, but
let's say like if I don't see a way for William to win this game at this point, although it's obviously possible. However, if he doesn't block, William can win with a Brimstone Volley. Looking for a Will's dunk.
Huh. Presuming that all of these things hit. Oh, Stensia Bloodhaul. I don't know if you play that before combat. Like.
I don't think.
I don't think it matters, but like. Maybe he needs all that mana though. I mean, right now. I mean.
Huh. Yeah.
In for 7.
And the Earthquake. I don't think we're going to attack with everybody. I don't think he can afford to attack with everybody.
Nope. Just taking a moment to think.
Just kidding. Yep. All right, we're in. We're in
So,
for 5.
attacking without the Highborn is a communication. And we have a spirit that gets created.
And blocked. Falls
Blink.
to 10.
Take 2.
Alright, so you can spend 3 mana to
Equip the the ghoul.
So he's gonna. Remember we talked about the whole mortar pot killing both images at the same time.
Yeah.
Attacking the messenger. That's a play. I believe that's a line he's found.
Yeah.
Because he's bringing his Gravecrawler back from the dead.
Yep. And what he can do is he can make sure that there are no Geralf's messengers in play when those images come back.
Correct. And that way he cannot take his damage.
Yeah. Just at the very top of the screen is a Gravecrawler with a mortar pot on it. Mm-hmm. William at 3 life here. Josh Cho. Really, is that a ponder there? I can't quite tell.
It looks like a ponder.
It. Yeah,
it is
looking
a ponder.
for almost like very, very large number of cards here that will do a lot of work for him.
Yeah, every card.
William Cruz has 1 mana open. Theoretically could have access to a Tragic Slip, and that's all that he could cast right now, other than what's in play using the mortar pods. Now the play he might make here is to get rid of the images by sacrificing the 2 mortar potted creatures so that the images come back as not Geralf's messengers.
Well, he doesn't get rid of the images, he makes the images not kill him.
Well, no, they're images, so they go away. I mean, they come back.
They have Undying.
I'm not saying they go away forever. I was just talking about the not as Geralf's messengers.
Okay, this is the lineup play he's making.
And this is not exciting for William, but I mean, it's how he stays alive. Now, what are these guys going to become?
3/2 Highborn Girls.
Vapor Snag. Snappy. Oh, okay. There we go.
So he'll take 1.
Yeah. Josh,
one from the spirit still. Call it 2.
And then Josh fireballs him out with Vapor Snags.
Yeah, fireball is a interesting. That was